Do you not see 11? He did not make me into this. You did. At first, I believed you had sent me to my death, to purgatory. But I was wrong. I was somewhere new. I saw so many things. In one day, I found the most extraordinary thing of all.
That was you. Who is you?
Shit was crazy.
All I needed was someone to open the door.
Ugh.
And he did that for me.
Wow.
All this time.
Makes sense.
So did he take her power there?
He tried.
So don't you see? Once again, you have freed me.
Damn, she did it once and a second time.
Your friends have lost.
This is feeling very Empire Strikes Back, Sam. Very Empire Strikes Back. Oh no.
Dustin, what are you doing, man?
There is nothing you can do to stop this now.
No shot, bro. No shot.
Oh fuck. No.
Hawkins will burn and fall, and the rest of this senseless group
They've been joking the whole episode.
will be there.
Damn, dude.
I will be there to pick up the pieces.
Oh my god, is he gonna fucking die too? They're all gonna die.
Don't be afraid.
I don't want to see this kid
Try
die.
to stay very still.
No.
It will all be over soon.
Mike, don't stop. Okay, you're the heart. Okay, remember that. You're the heart.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
Yeah, pump her up. Give her some like good energy.
Say the bloody words, I love you. You son of a
Words
bitch.
of affirmation, please.
Just say what she wants to hear. I don't even care if you thank you.
Yes.
Elle, do you hear me? I love you.
Lord, kid.
I love you on your good days. I love you on your bad days. I love you with your powers. I love you without your powers. I love you for exactly who you are. You're my superhero. Elle, do you hear me? You need to fight. You have to fight.
Unlock that like inner energy that you had. Come on, do
Get
it.
pissed.
That's right.
Beat him
his
up.
Fucking ass.
Beat him up. Beat him up. Beat him up. Oh, folded him.
Fuck you, dude.
She's gone.
No, she's not. Come on, Max. I mean, Elle. I don't want to see it. Oh.
Oh!
Baby, no, stop. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I feel like it's still too late.
I think he's still got her.
No way. Oh!
Y'all still got a dip.
No one
You
helping
gotta
Eddie.
get it's still alive.
There's no one helping Eddie. Though.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my gosh! Oh my
You're
god!
running now. You're running now is what you're doing. He's shooting it with one hand.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Close the door.
Big gun to be shooting with one hand.
Holy shit! I think it's terrifying.
Didn't matter. Let's go. Brewmaster Murray.
Murray!
Oh, she's feeling that.
Yeah, no one's saving Eddie though. That sucks, dude. Unless
Get upstairs and fucking kill him.
this is way too promising.
You've accessed 4 broken limbs, so
She's alive.
they're retreating.
Well, stealth no longer matters. You can just go.
Bro, there's more. Oh, it's still more.
Big honcho.
Wake up.
Big boss.
Time for school.
Full send. Full send.
When has that worked?
Fuck.
Close the door again. Run.
What is he gonna do? What's that? No way.
Holy shit.
It's guts time.
Big sword season.
It's guts time. He's Conan the Barbarian.
Bro, start fucking. You know?
Blick him right now.
Seriously. Hit him in the dick first.
Where is that?
I'm sure it's under all that
Invisible.
tentacle. It compensates up here.
Big head.
And your friends believe you have won.
Keep going.
But this
Operation Toasty is a go.
only the beginning
I believe you, Vecna. I believe you.
of the end.
Do it.
I wish I saw this in theaters.
Have already lost.
No. You have.
Oh my god.
There's no way.
Right through the freaking mouth, man.
Hopper just be having like Dark Souls boss fights.
Hopper's the greatest character ever. Well, they're playing Running Up the Hill, you hear that?
Remix.
Nice.
Hopper's the greatest character in the show! He's the greatest character in the show!
I'm burning
Oh, look at him.
burning up for you, baby.
Wow.
Feel how it
Feels. Yeah. How crazy is this? Damn, dude, the CGI is so good.
Oh shit.
Oh, dude.
Dude,
yeah,
it's
she's
so
alive.
cool looking.
He's angry, bro. He doesn't even
Dude.
fire. He doesn't give a fuck.
Start shooting.
Steve, Nancy, Robin. Look how good that looks.
Ghost Rider. Holy fuck, dude. Don't worry, we got another for you. Let's go.
Let's go, Robin.
She whips it. Let's go.
Deal with God.
Nancy pumping with lead.
Yeah! Blick him! Brah!
Nancy.
Empty the mag.
Bang.
Empty the clip right
Let's
into
go.
Go! Hold that. He's still fighting with
This
the
is
sword.
so insane.
He has a sword! Big!
Fuck you, Vecna.
God, our girl looks so good, boys. Let's go.
Oh my god!
Crumple.
What now?
Crumpled him.
Is he still there? The body's gone. Of course he is.
He said it wasn't the beginning of the end.
You think he just like transferred his consciousness to like somewhere else?
Why do we keep watching shows with that transferring of consciousness before death?
That fucking
I didn't run away this time, right?
Fuck.
You didn't run. This dude's my year, Anderson. That's finally my year. I love you, man.
Oh fuck, dude, honestly. Dustin.
Call an ambulance! Hurry, call an ambulance! Yes, I'm here.
I can't
Ah.
see anything.
I know, it's okay. We're gonna get you some help, okay? Just hold on.
I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
I know.
I don't want to die. I'm not ready.
You're not gonna die. Just hang on.
I don't want to go on. I don't want to.
You're not gonna die. Just hang on. Max, no, Max, stay with me. No, Max, stay with me. Just look at me, Max, stay with me, Max. Hang on, just hang on. Die or die.
Oh, dude, she.
Max, stay with me. Max, stay with me. Oh, no. Max, please stay with me.
Fuck.
Does that like count?
We lost, dude.
Oh, shit. Oh, Jason.
This is exactly like the vision that Nancy had.
He wasn't lying.
Holy shit.
Lake.
That's crazy.
Watergate, bro.
Oh my god!
Holy shit. It's converging at Central. It's all in the library.
Not the library.
This is why you shouldn't read. X marks the spot. Ugh. Now what? What does that do? How do we have 30 minutes left?
Everything is a gate now. Every road is gate. This
I don't
is
even
really
understand
bad.
that show.
You're not going.
Yeah, right. There's no way.
I order you not to die.
She is right.
I order you no die.
I'm one of the Force, and the Force is with me.
Can you give her sight back
The
too?
Force is with me.
How?
I'm one of the Force, and the Force. There's no way she's surviving two death experiences.
keep cutting out like right before something happens.
2 days later.
Of course.
The whole town is a gate now. Oh, well.
Leaving. Oh,
Bye-bye. Ain't no reason to live here anymore because they're finally here.
Dude, they have no idea how it turned out.
Well, I think 11 does.
I think the cars might give some indication.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, like, the physical...
Holy shit.
The whole town is done, dude.
Oh, wow.
Everyone's right there. Would they not see the giant, like, gate of hell that is open?
Look at that.
Oh, you can
All the
see it.
tentacles everywhere.
What are they going to say about that?
Do you not see the hell tentacles? Oh, it was just an earthquake.
We'll just look over the edge.
This is only the latest tragedy to befall this once sacred town.
Eddie Munson, the leader of this cult and prime suspect in the murders, has been missing since the earthquake and is presumed dead.
That sucks. He's still gonna go down as a murderer,
Searching for
not a hero.
Bro still doesn't care.
Oh man, I wonder where my kids have been.
I miss my son. Just kidding.
Hello.
And we back now. The first person they see is Argo. Like, who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck is this guy?
This guy's crazy looking.
Guys, you missed all season 4.
You weren't a part of it.
Shit was crazy.
They got shot at a bunch though. Steve's gonna throw up on himself.
Is he hurt?
He opened his eyes, and further words died in his throat.
Is she in a
He
coma?
forgot about the need to sick up that horrible parody of wine. We've been calling you guys like crazy.
I know. We'll get as soon as we heard.
Well, at least she's still breathing.
Doctors don't know how. They say it's a miracle.
Their house is destroyed, they're just staying here.
I think this is like a...
Donation.
Well, it's like a... Just like any type of like disaster relief that you would see like in a hurricane.
Yeah.
I found another jar of peanut butter and it's crunchy stuff. Robin,
Hi.
what are you doing here?
I am making PB&Js.
Right, yeah, no, duh, of course. I'm also making PB&Js, as it so happens.
Cool.
They're like mirrors of each other.
They're like the same.
They're the same person.
Hey, I'm sorry if that came out weird. What are you doing here? I didn't mean it like, what are you doing here? I just meant like, oh, what are you doing here? Like, wow, nice prize. Good to see you.
Yeah, literally. They both just don't know what it
I didn't
is.
say anything negative.
Okay,
Just kind of hoping opposites will attract, and she'd be a completely different personality.
She's like Loki. She likes herself.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dan,
I can be the jelly to your peanut butter.
I don't know what's wrong with me.
Robin is a smooth
Like
operator
sometimes my
compared to this
mouth is
girl.
moving faster than my brain, and it's like this runaway train, and I
think this
cannot
peanut butter and this
stop
peanut butter is
no
supposed
matter
to
how hard I try.
Mash together.
Together.
I don't think there was any mistake.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean.
But I did.
Look at
I
him.
love Steve.
Look
man.
at him. He's so proud.
A proud papa.
Oh, that's Mr.
Eddie's dad.
Oh, well, they had trash on his missing person report.
Mr. Munson? I was with him when the earthquake hit.
And where is Ada now?
I'm so sorry.
Oh, damn.
I'm glad you weren't. I just mean, I'm glad you were with Mike and Will.
I'm glad you're here too. Otherwise, who'd have been in charge? Steve.
He's actually grown up quite a bit, you know?
Better leader than you,
Yeah.
loser.
This is awkward.
She's once again unsure.
Yes. Remember that time we used to shit on Steve? And she's like, eh.
He's pretty cool now. I like that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's just... it's hard.
I want your downfall
I
so
feel
bad.
Life...
I pray nothing but that.
For Jonathan specifically.
I like you, Jonathan, but I'm sorry.
I don't like Jonathan, so I'm fine with what you're bad.
3 inches.
Yeah.
Not much. I mean, a little bit.
Kinda.
Hey, buddy, I'm gay.
Dr. Brown.
I really just want him to be like that.
Just like get it out, get it over with already.
And now
Mike
she's
just
starting to
goes,
think
why
he's
are you
right.
gay?
I'm not gay. That's
Let's hope one is dead and rotting.
No.
He's not.
You could still feel him?
Now that I'm here in Hawkins,
You can still feel
What
it?
if he was like becomes one?
feel it.
That's what he's dealing with. This whole-
He's hurt. He's hurting. But he's still alive. I can still remember what he thinks and how he thinks.
Are you
He's
him?
not going to stop.
No, that was kind of weird, man. That kind of freaked me out.
I know how he thinks and he feels.
He's a sleeper agent. Like if he becomes like a sleeper agent of Hey!
Oh.
What's up?
Thank you.
Oh. Oh. She probably doesn't even think it's real.
I kept it open. I kept the door open 3 inches. I never stopped moving.
It's okay. I'm here.
The fucking commies got me.
I'm here.
And I'm back, baby. I'm back, kiddo.
I beat Russia, now I'm back.
You get 2 inches now.
You look.
Not that.
Got him.
Your hair.
It's like hers.
Your hair.
Yeah. That's actually really cute.
Aw. The real Papa.
Yeah. I'm trying to steal your look, kid. Well, what do you think?
Bitchin'.
Am I the only one that didn't stop believing?
Bro, how are they gonna top this next season? I feel like this is the bloody end of the show.
Demog.
Hey.
You done being a little asshole?
You've grown.
Yeah, you shrunk.
Cutest line from you, Mike.
So this is what it feels like to have
Shit.
a father. Not again, dude. Come on.
He's watching.
Wizard. Will the wizard.
Will the wise.
Bro, we need to get out of Hawkins.
Dude, that's why he left, bro. He comes back and shit already starts.
Yo, is it the flakes?
Yeah, it's the upside down. Remember, Homeboy wanted the upside down to take over this world.
The music, man. Oh man,
Don't go outside. Don't go
I
outside.
was gonna say winter is here, man.
Do not go outside.
Holy. Winter is coming.
Those are like
Winter is
skin
here.
flakes. Those are not snowflakes.
This is supposed to be like spring break time, too. So this is like extra weird.
Music's so good. Holy shit.
Oh, dude, it's dead. That's not fucking good at all. Oh.
Oh my
Fucking. Is that
dude.
Mordor?
Oh.
That looked so much worse than earlier.
Simply
How did
really
they
bad.
drive through there?
I don't think they did. Oh wait, no, yeah, they
It
did.
was like the library like 10 minutes ago.
Something just started and we're seeing the beginning. This is real bad. Why is that shot so tough? Bro, that's really, really bad. Things got not good very quickly.
Alright.
Y'all,
Oh, that's scary.
that was the finale of season 4.
Super random, not for the post talk. It'd be really cool if behind us was a green wall, and if there was a way to make this wall green, but not during the reaction. During the episode, we're just watching, and we have the lights and stuff, and that's like if we had like a drop down, we're just drop the green, and then we could have this up behind us. That'd be like fucking wild.
Oh, that would be sick.
You know, or like not just for this show, but like any show
In
that have a
general,
screensaver behind us.
I think your boy Roshi does that.
I know they have the episode they watch is like behind them, but
yeah.
I don't know.
They keep a background when they talk too. Shout out.
Yeah, shout out your boy Roshi.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. I mean, what? Yeah, like I don't know. I really don't know like what to say other than like an insane. I mean, that was a movie. Like not trying to be funny and be like, yo,
bro,
that was a movie.
That show was a movie, dog.
But like, no, that was a movie. Like that's something that like I haven't watched a lot of movies this year, so in fairness, I haven't seen a lot. But like that's something I could be like, that should be like movie of the year. That episode alone.
So good.
That was really stellar.
Where does this rank in both of your favorite episodes?
Oh,
of the
for
show?
this?
For the show, yeah.
I mean, it's probably the best. It's hard to compare with.
I feel like objectively it has to be the best. I mean,
Yeah.
the quality was so good.
Quality's good. It was also not that this automatically makes it the best episode. It was the longest episode.
Yeah.
It's like it was like 2, almost 3 episodes in one.
Yeah. Like I almost feel like it's cheating saying this one because I feel like it has so much going for it that so many others don't have in a standard 43-minute competition.
Yeah.
Like it's like comparing a movie against an episode is how it feels to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it did not let me down. Like I went in knowing it was his favorite, and I was like,
simply the best.
I was like, we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like there was already really good contenders, and man, this was so good.
Yeah. This I would say 4 was probably the best up until now. This is
Mad Max running.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
I don't know where to start. Like, there's so much to happen in this. I honestly, there were so many moments where I was like, wow, I can't believe. Like, when we had our little pause and it still said 40 minutes, I was like, what else is going to happen in this show?
What else do they have to say?
I feel like the show ended. Vecna's dead, supposedly. But, like...
It was a hollow victory, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a victory. It was more so they got out by the skin of their...
Yeah, it was a survival.
Their teeth.
I guess right off the bat, like, expectations going in, like, I thought we would have major losses. And while the death toll was still 22 and we still lost Eddie and kind of almost Max / Jason... It was lower deaths than I anticipated. However, the stakes that have now been brought up are far more devastating than I thought the show would have gone to.
Really bad.
Like, I thought we would lose a lot of deaths and there would be a crack in the earth. Instead, we got a couple main deaths, and now it looks like the world is coming to a complete end. Like, Hawkins is the beginning, and we're going to have to leave it episode 1 of season 5. 2-year time jump or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's also like, how do you even...
Where do we go from here?
I mean, like, when it comes to, like, the government perspective and everything, there is no hiding what just happened. Like,
what is the general going to think? Because he was so, like, opposite us, but now he's, like, the only figurehead we have. Yeah, is he the only person?
We don't know what happened to Owens, but he has Owens kidnapped.
Yeah, so they're going to play a major role in the next season.
Brenda's dead as hell.
The only thing that could work is that Owens can show all the, because they have all those recordings of what happened.
Yeah.
Like they can show one being bad, killing all the kids, and then L sending him away and being like, "This is the dude that's doing all this. It's not L."
And if they will ever listen to L, I don't know how much of L actually got to witness what Henry showed her. Like I don't know if she visually saw what he was talking about when he was monologuing, or if it was just a monologue that she got to bear witness to with near Max. Like that whole sequence we saw, like the origin of the problem. Like, does that help us at all? Like, will that be something that has to come up in conversation? But I feel like we're gonna have to like do sectioned off like talking points, because this was all really one big thing.
Like the beginning was all like planning or like enacting the plan, like our squad getting in place, the Nevada team getting to the Pizza Hut or the Surfer Boy
Pizza,
and like setting up, and then Team Russia trying to figure out like what to do, since they're not gonna be able to get home. Basically, because everyone's stuck where they are, they really can't get anywhere they can't get to Hawkins in time to help out.
And so I guess the plans began to commence. Everybody in Hawkins, armored up, weaponed up, began their quest to the Castle Vecna, and Eddie and Dustin stayed on the RV, and their plan was to be the distraction for the bats. Robin, Steve, and Nancy ran point to meet up with Erica and wait for the guidance to go into the house.
To kill Vecna.
That was at the mansion with their little lamps. Lucas and them were doing a little cute notepad messaging, and then the lights started to flicker. Max started talking to the light. One of the first big speeches with Max and Lucas in the mansion was Max's true intentions earlier in the season, where she basically was, when she went to confess to Billy, that she admittedly was saying that she wanted him to be dead, wanted herself to be dead, and that's the guilt she's been carrying since season 3, because it actually manifested, and then that was one of the main focuses, I guess, is why she felt guilty, since Vecna's people that he targets are filled with guilt, or deep sorrow, or anguish. So that was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, to me it makes sense. I mean, like, I know people like Billy, and I know like you and Adam like Billy. Did you like Billy?
I fucking hated Billy.
Billy is like a fun character, but everything that he did in the show, outside of being a tool for, now we know, Vecna, he's a fucking scumbag. I mean, like, it is what it is, and I'm not saying that, we don't know, I don't know if we know the full details of, like, what he was doing at home, just because, like, the dad was abusive, too, so it's, like, where, like, to me, I think it's weird, because Billy is an asshole, and I didn't like him. Don't get me wrong. But I just don't understand why, like, there was so much animosity specifically towards Billy. I know he bullied Max, but, like, I would imagine that the dad who was abusive to Billy and later abusive to the mom would be more, like, the focal point for Max's, like, anger. So I feel like that's, like, a little bit of a weird spin on it, because it just didn't seem like...
I feel like for the general audience, it's easier to put the blame on Billy because it's someone they can attach to Max's past. Yeah. That's why it's like, I like Billy because of his acting performance, but like even when in his assholery, like I didn't expect such a response from Max.
I just feel like they did I would say like that's one of my critiques about the earlier seasons, that they did a bad job of portraying how harmful he was to Max. Like, if we saw, like, him, like, I'm not trying to say, like, go OD and do something that would, like, make it hard to watch the show, but, I mean, they push the limits a lot for other things on this. Like, if we saw him, like, hurting Max or going out of his way to do even worse, like, I know he was kind of, like, the semi-bad guy in Season 2 just because he was, like, fighting everybody.
Yeah.
But, like...
I think the closest is probably the road rage where he was, like, risking his sister's life and also threatening the boys with the bicycles on the road.
Yeah.
It's probably the closest scene to, like, manipulative behavior towards his sister.
And that's bad, but she just makes it seem like it was a lifetime's worth of build up. And you know, it's a TV show; they can't show everything. But I just feel like they could have done a better job, a little bit of portraying it, considering that I think if the dad wasn't an abusive asshole at home, to me it would be more believable to be like, yes, Billy is the center of all strife in Max's life. But like, because the dad is there too, I'm like, I feel like you should have felt more that way about him.
Yeah.
So that's my like only thing about like, I don't know how I feel about it necessarily.
Yeah.
But we got the transition for Max talking to Lucas when Lucas is like, hey dude, like, you really thought that? Basically like accusing her of being a horrible person.
Normal people don't
Yeah.
think about killing people.
I thought you were getting better, blah, 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 blah. And then you see Vecna's blind eyes and that he is like coming at Max. And so we are in like her mind at this point.
Yeah. And then the next big thing was the Russia with what our character Winona said to our group was, we can do something here. We can actually make an impact here.
We can help them back home.
Because it's a hive mind.
Yeah. And we can go to the mist machine, the mist creature.
The particles.
The particles, and do something to help our friends.
Yeah.
Which technically, even before that, our California crew realized the same thing with Eleven, because Eleven deduced that she can affect Vecna through the mind of Max.
A piggyback, if you will.
They need a salt tub. So the Russian crew head to the prison, and the California crew head to the pizza shop to get salt.
Surfer Boy Pizza, baby.
Yeah. So everybody was equipping themselves.
Yeah.
And then I guess that's the part of the story where all our characters are equipped with either salt, flamethrowers,
guns,
AKs, and even in
Molotov.
Hawkins, our crew going into the mansion before, I feel like for an hour, Robin, Nancy, and Steve get strangled.
Yeah, I wonder if that's supposed to like,
All be at the
if
same
we're supposed to, I mean, because like everything is all happening at the same time, so it's like, you know,
Yeah.
like could be.
It may have been an hour art time, but it could have been like
Yeah,
a couple minutes.
Also, the fact that you point out that they're all in different time zones and it's all nighttime right now, that pisses me off. I wish you didn't say that because that really does. I'm like, damn.
Russia's night.
What I was
California's
like,
night.
I don't think there's ever a point where Russia could be. I don't know where they were exactly in the. I imagine it's like Siberia or something, but there's no way that they're in nighttime. Like the dead of night, and Hawkins is at the dead of night, and Nevada is.
I'll only excuse it because for story purposes it looks cool.
I agree.
All the things we were seeing were better at night.
Broad daylight Hawkins would not work because the flashlight talking wouldn't work.
And then, like, California crew, I guess, whatever, nighttime at pizza place. But it would have killed it at the Russia. Like, I liked the dark zombie feel of going back into the prison with the sounds of screaming demi-dogs or whatever.
Yeah.
Then the characters got strangled. At
For a really
this
long
point, I
time.
don't know what thing comes next.
Yeah, I mean, just to at least finish up Russia's point, they go through, they decide to trap all of the Demodogs and Demogorgons in the center. Sorry, that's not true. They talk to the warden, and they find out that the Mind Flare sand particle possessed all of the Demogorgon, Demodog, Demobeasts, and is now in control of them.
Yeah.
So they decide to trap all of them in the courtyard again. That was where they were supposed to be in the first place. And Hopper's the bait. Joyce is supposed to be the jailer, and then Grill Master
Murray.
Master Murray. And Hopper goes and agitates one. He's about to die. Joyce pokes one. They get it into into that place. They flamethrower it, and then of course there's a sword. So Hopper whips it out, cuts off.
I just found this.
Cuts off the head and cuts off the arm of the Demogorgon. So,
hype.
I think
battle.
That was my favorite moment. So
it's so
maybe.
Cool.
There's a couple contenders, but that's one of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's between all of them, or like not between all of them, but between like Steve and them burning Vecna alive, plus that happening at the same time. I was like, oh, this is lit.
Even 11 just like pushing him, that visual of him like was cool. But
we skipped over the Munsonator playing on top of the
Right.
trailer.
Master
of Puppets. The diversion.
Yeah.
So it was Metallica, was Master
Good
Puppets.
call.
I was so stressed out. You guys would figure out what the song was like.
No,
before
I'm not really familiar with that song. I know it's one of the big ones from Metallica.
I know like the chorus, but that's about it.
Yeah.
It's really hype.
Not what I was expecting, but it worked for Eddie. It's a good song for that scene. Wasn't one of the big pivotal moments. It was more of a distraction. Then they went under into the RV. Wasn't going to last long because they started to go through all the vents, and the shields held for a little bit. Then another vent, door collapsed. Henderson went up through the hole. Eddie finally decided
To be the hero.
I'm not going to run away anymore. Didn't listen to Steve, and holy shit, he just charged out the door.
That's one of my favorite moments in the whole show.
That was
So
crazy.
cool.
Like, I thought he might just throw up the bed and hold it, like you see in like movies all the time. Hold the gate, hold the door. Hope.
No.
Spoiler for another
No.
show. But the fact that he just charged into Hell's Gate with all the bats already out there blew my mind.
Metal.
I know it prolonged over the course of the episode, but in reality, he died pretty fast after that. He didn't really get far. He got one block over from Dustin's view.
I mean, he was riding a bike. There was not much you could do.
I mean, how the episode looked, it looked like he got far, and then in reality...
It was just around the corner, yeah.
He was the diversion, and he diverted very well.
And he fought well for a while.
It was impressive.
But he's still...
The shot of him going like, "Come on!" That was like my favorite moment of that.
Even the bats charging him and him doing the
shield wall by himself.
I mean, he did so much better than I anticipated he would do up there.
Yeah, but he got destroyed.
He did. He was outnumbered.
Yeah.
One man.
Outgunned.
Steve and crew.
Betrayed by the country he loves. That's the only time I can ever really use that with it making sense for once.
Yes, this is true. Before they got to the house, Steve and Nancy had like a little cute moment of him being like, you are the reason that I've like been able to like grow and mature, but then also like I like want you back.
Yeah.
You know, like you're like literally a part of my dream. Like everything in part of my dream, including you.
That's great.
So smooth, bro.
Same.
Which is so important.
Same.
Yeah, me and Steve, not Nancy.
Not Nancy, yeah. You
I was talking about, I want the Winnebago. What was he talking about?
I don't know,
man.
Anyways. You just want the children and going on travels. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I was like,
we want 6 kids. I want a big car. You want Steve. Got it.
No 6 kids. No. 2, 3 max. Like, that's it. 6.
Will with 6 kids is terrifying.
Oh my god.
Little gremlin army.
I would take over the world. Just 6 me's.
6 wills.
6 me's plus whatever my other psychopath half I'm gonna have.
You think they'll be as powerful as you?
They'll have to be.
They
will be trained in the ways.
You will be the rumbling, the thighs across this world.
6 big thighs across the country. What's that noise?
That was a cute moment.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Robin being a klutz, tripped her way to the mansion with them, and then once again strangled.
Yeah, for the rest of the episode.
And basically, yeah.
Until
then, Pizza Gang. They commandeered they made the plan to sneak into Max's brain, commandeered the pizza joint by handing off a doobie.
Purple tree or something, what was it?
Yeah. Some purple tree delight. But a funny thing is, I think if you watch the credits, that dude's credited as Argyle 2.0.
That's great. I wouldn't doubt it.
I saw that and I was like, there's no way that's what the character is called.
Makes sense.
That's all. I love it.
And then
she infiltrates Max's mind while Max is seeing the prom. And 11's in the skate land and then gets herself over to the prom room.
Yeah.
Vecna's attacking Max because he's finally made an appearance, and then while he's about to do the thing, 11 shows up. Boom. Nice to meet you after all this time.
Hi.
You. Hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
Then they have their fight. Ultimately, she loses.
Of course.
And Vecna takes Max and her into like his realm.
That was cool.
That was cool. Max gets pinned up against the wall. So does L, and then that's where Vecna begins to reveal how L is like the spawn point of this all. Like she's facilitated this to happen. Not Papa. Not even Vecna himself. Not even Mr. Number One, Henry.
That's another toss-up for the greatest moment. The reveal of
the shot of
where he's been.
The realm.
Just like him exploring like every sci-fi game we've ever played, like him just in
He
a
said,
new world.
I became an explorer.
And just him on the like cliffside, walking, seeing the Demogorgons in their natural habitat, just existing. The original realm was even this realm looked different than the one we saw the other episode ago, because it looked like mountains and mountains, but this one it just looked like one singular floor and rocks in the sky.
Yeah,
and then he saw
the ethereal, the
Elden Lord.
I don't know. I feel like it's like the energy that just exists.
It's like chaos energy.
Yeah,
that's all I can gather from that.
Chaos magic.
Like it is what you want to manifest it into.
Yeah, and it seems like maybe it's not it is what you want it to manifest it into. Maybe it's just the fact that he has powers.
Yeah,
that he's able to manifest its essence, energy, because he like formed it into the mind flare at that point. Like he did that.
Which makes him more powerful than it, or it's not really even a power scale at this point. It's more of like a weapon for
I think it's just a tool. I think that we know what it is, because the Demogorgons and the Demodogs, they just wander. The mind flare in Russia like went into them, just like how it went into Will, just like how it went into Billy. That is how Vecna like controls everything.
Yeah.
That's how it's a hive mind, is that he's using that
the power,
the smoke, the dust to input his will on everything, I would assume.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So I don't know if it's like a being or that he necessarily just like crafted it into what he wanted it to be an extension of his will.
Yeah. It's kind of the Deus Ex Machina. Like, it's just the tool. It's the vibranium of the show for the bad guy.
Yeah.
It seems, as of right now, unless they can go further into it, which I think they will, considering it looks like that's the thing that's tearing this world apart right now.
Yeah.
That was so... just the visuals in this episode alone
are insane.
So, like, I would have loved to see this in an IMAX movie and hear the rumbling of that thing in the sky. I love, like, monolithic and big, fantastical... this is the time to use Lovecraftian, like, bigger-than-life things that can terrorize reality.
Yeah.
And that was, like, insane. Terrifying, right down Vecna's alley of, like, a world that he loves. And that excites me. I love that, like, kind of... like perverted idea of what life can mean to somebody. So that was really intense and on par with this show.
Yeah. Going off the visuals too, you ever seen like on TikTok like 8K edits of things where it's like 8K and it looks like really where it looks like really clear, and it's like you see a scene even like from Stranger Things and it's like, wow, this looks like 10 times better and more in depth, and like that's how this felt. Even like at the end, like when they're at that flower field overlooking Hawkins, and you see like the camera is like panning around like L, and you can like kind of just, it just seemed like there was just like an extra layer of what was happening. Could just be a good filter, but I mean like it just felt more in our face, you know, than any of the rest of the, like this whole episode, but any of the rest of the show.
I like that last scene with the flowers, because it looked like they had just more, like, did a lens effect where they ripped out the color of the scene almost, like in the flowers, like a Wizard of Oz almost, like they retracted the color near them. But I think my favorite visual was Vecna on fire. When Raiden was torching really
good. Well, that was another one where it looked like it was like 8K.
Yeah, it looked crisp as hell, especially on this TV. Like, Vecna already being CGI, like you said, with makeup, and then the fire effect on top of him. and the Molotov affected like the fire dripping off him too, because Molotov's a little distinct from normal fire too.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. And yeah, I guess that's the point in the show where everything just really broke havoc. Like that's where, oh my gosh, Eddie. First of all, Eddie got torn up by the bats. He lost to the bats in that moment. Really sad. Dustin, and Lucas, and Max are so good in this episode.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Holy moly! But between Dustin's, like Eddie's death was obviously sad, but I think Dustin sealed that scene. His response.
I didn't I was sad, but I didn't feel like tears until like he was like when he was like sobbing. I was like, fuck, because even like, dude, he started drooling. Like, you know, like when you cry
like
so
real
hard,
crying.
where you're like, just every freaking hole on your face is just like oozing like snot and spit. Like he started doing that. I was like, oh, that made me sad. And then it cut to Lucas and Max being like, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Don't let me die. Help me. Whenever they do that in shows, that's like what breaks me. Like I fucking can't handle that.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm trying to think, there's something else that we've watched.
Vikings. Without spoiling, it's the Vikings finale. All I could think of, and it just broke me.
That, and there's another one. There's another one that I watched. Maybe it's not on the channel.
Like
but
it just hurts me when like somebody who's like dealing with that and wants to die, as we learn, then realizes how precious their life is, and how much they actually aren't ready for that turn.
and Lucas too. Lucas's cry made it even fucking worse as she's like fading away.
Lucas is such a sweetheart. I love that kid.
Yeah, those guys did like a phenomenal job.
R.I.P. to Jason. You know, I feel a little bad. I will speak on Jason's behalf because I'm sure everybody doesn't want to give him the light of day. I will give him the credit of how suspicious all this looks, because just like Steve in season 1, how everybody wants to act like he's an antagonist and kind of a jerk, I disagree with Steve's POV, because if you look at it through his lens, it looks like Jonathan's cheating. It looks like Nancy's being, it looks like Nancy's cheating. It looks like Jonathan's a creep that won her over, and weird stuff's happening. And I can somewhat justify Jonathan. Same with Jason. This town is very creepy. Jason's not filled in on the picture, and I can get even when Lucas is trying to explain it to him. It's absurd. If you like came over to like all this is happening, your girlfriend dies, your best friend gets torn in a lake, and Eddie's right there and spins off. Like, I get it. And the town not wanting to accept it, but he's the one witnessing it, and then he shows up to the house, sees Erica, sees Lucas from the Hellfire Club, and a girl with her eyes glazed. It's like, what are you doing? Like, it confirms all the suspicions. So I can't hate Eddie for that. He's feeling like he's the hero, and he's avenging his girlfriend. Jason. Sorry.
But even like, and even too, it's like, even with the explanation, like, dude, if we stop her, if we stop this, we're all gonna die. And it's like, so you're like sacrificing somebody to like make sure that like Satan doesn't come back. Like, I imagine that's like the thought process that's going into it. Like, we're not doing that. Like, we're not sacrificing, like, we're not going back to, 10,000 BC and cutting off or killing humans for some primordial being or something. Like, we're not doing that.
Christine ain't even my girlfriend. Like, so I have no attachment to like the scenario. I'm somebody watching it from outside, but if the scenario is real, I have no idea how I'd behave if this started happening.
And I think
if Adam was eating bats in the closet and killing like Lucas's eyes were glazed, I don't know what the hell I would be doing.
Yeah, and it's tough because it's one of those things where like if you've had a relationship, like, you understand how like close you can be with someone, but then even still sometimes there are things that people hold back from you, but like you don't believe that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you might not believe that your significant other has holding out or can't go to you, especially if like there isn't any, like, we don't get to see their relationship long, but it doesn't look like there's any like anything bad about it. You know what I mean? She's more so just like dealing with something.
Because it's her past.
Because it's her past.
Brought up to him.
Yeah. And I mean, they're high school sweethearts, so like, who knows? They could have been dating for like a year and a half, and he thinks that, they're each other's world. And she might be like, yeah, but also you're not ready to like know about the real
what's
part
been
of my life.
In my past.
Yeah.
So, Just want to give that light to Jason because I'm sure people will not give it the time of day.
I don't care. I mean, true, but I don't care. He almost killed Lucas. Fuck him.
Yeah, he's also he's the antagonist for the
unrelenting
show.
asshole.
Yeah.
Despite being scared.
But whatever. He doesn't get the Steve treatment. He got sliced in half, unfortunately for him.
Split in
He got
By the gate, bro.
He got it bad today.
I didn't know, like, we've seen the gate open, but we've never seen the gate open, like, on someone like that. And it literally, like, just melted his body into
Dude
the
was
ground.
asleep. Well, at least he was asleep.
He went, oh, and then he gets slit in half.
That's unfortunate.
Disgusting.
Well, at least he can be a Patrick now.
And it played out, and Chrissy.
And Chrissy.
And Eddie.
Eddie probably pulled her in heaven before
Probably
he got
did.
there, to be honest.
The worst part, too, is that the way Nancy depicted, or the way Vecna depicted what was going to happen to Nancy is, like, exactly how it played out. Like,
Yeah.
through the house, the crossroads, through Hawkins, like...
Yeah. X marks the spot.
Yeah,
All
like-
at the library. Why? I
It's
don't
bad.
know. I guess it's just the center point
It's
of the
probably
city.
just the center of the city.
Where all the history and legends of Vecna and D&D belong. And aliens and Sasquatch.
True. All the,
We should've
oh
read
no.
We should have read all of it.
The
'cause
hype
now-
tabloids are all gone now.
I know.
No.
At least Mike's father will be happy. One less thing to worry about.
He almost had an opinion on something, too.
He was very close.
He was very close. He was like, it's the news.
Interesting.
You hear what they're saying on the
I
news?
love that guy.
I can't stand him.
I love that man so much.
Every scene he's in, he actively throws it in the trash.
That's great. That's the point.
That is the point.
I hate it. He derails everything.
Yeah, so Vecna gets chucked in a really cool shot. He gets torched in upside down, and then falls out a window, disappears. They kill the Demigorgon in one of the epic fight scenes, the greatest fight scene of the show with that sword.
Sword man.
That was amazing. I will never forget that.
Yeah.
All while being accompanied by a more orchestral version of Running Up the Hill, which was great.
Yeah.
I can't wait to I'm watching that scene as soon as I come back here. Absolutely.
It's also pretty wild too. Like, I don't know if you heard about like that. Like Kate Bush, I guess, never really gives out like the rights, not the rights, but like she never like licenses off her music for things. Apparently, like it's like very rare that she does. And supposedly, what I saw from like after we saw that 4th episode, I saw some like video article type of thing that was like explaining how they wrote they wrote the song into the story specifically for that. Like they wrote that song specifically. It wasn't like they wrote the story and it was like, oh, it's gonna be Max and she's gonna be listening to something. All right, we gotta find a song.
Like
it was like they
wanted
wanted it to be like Running Up the Hill,
Yeah.
and they actually like brought it to, I guess, Kate Bush's team, or Kate Bush was like, yeah, that sounds awesome, but she like never does that. So,
well, I guess it's gonna boost your numbers so significantly.
yeah, but you might always not. I mean, in fairness,
And they're gonna do it
she's old.
justice.
She might not know.
They're also gonna do it justice, like revive it in a cool way.
Yes.
It's not like just doing it for a cheap blockbuster.
Yeah.
Like they make it cool. They make it worth
Yeah,
the
I mean, they have a history of making like that era of music cool for the show. So,
Gosh.
I guess it's just like you could be jaded from like the rest of Hollywood. Just like be like, fucking just throw it on there.
Throw Seven Nation Army in there again.
Exactly. I was gonna say like AC/DC or Guns N' Roses, the freaking Welcome to the Jungle being brought up in every sports game or like every Vietnam. Like
Or
it just gets
Eye of the Tiger,
Or-
and like everything since
Or
Rocky.
Africa by Toto.
But like Should I Stay or Should I Go?
Yeah.
was really great for season 1. I think Rocky Like a Hurricane was season 2.
Yeah.
Never Ending Story for season 3.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites, and then this one probably even more of a topper. So
Yeah.
they do good with it, and they do justice to it.
Yeah.
And there's tons of other songs too, but I think that falls more into the just reused category.
Yeah.
But
So
Vecna's gone.
Vecna's MIA, but Hawkins is in turmoil.
The end has just begun.
And it has just begun. So, I mean, everybody kind of got reunions, you know. People don't know exactly how it played out, you know, because Hawkins' crew doesn't know why I almost call him Joyce, Jonathan, and like his crew weren't speaking to them, so they don't know about Elle getting captured and the attempt to get captured by the military. They don't know about Max like being dead. Like
Joyce took a conference trip.
Yeah, Joyce. No one knew.
Very cool conference, Joyce.
That's the thing too. Is like so like did. You know, at the point when Max, when he was he talking to Max or talking to Elle, saying like all your friends are losing? I think it was Max, because Max was like freaking out and seeing that everyone was failing to like save them. Pretty sure it was Max. I could be wrong.
I think it was Max.
But if it was Elle, then Elle would have seen that Hopper was alive.
Okay, yeah.
But it didn't seem that way, because she was kind of like, I never gave up.
It might have been Max, because you have to flood the mind of the person you're possessing with dark thoughts and not happy thoughts.
Your
which
friends
is
are
how
all dying.
Which is how it got to Max until 11 woke up through Mike. Mike, first of all, before Mike, Will got a good scene
with Jonathan.
Yeah. You know, it's kind of the running joke between us that he still hasn't come out yet. Just like at this point, it's like, is that just what it's even about? Like,
yeah,
or is it now this turmoil with the mind flare being in him? And
I feel like it's still him coming out.
Okay,
but I
sure it is.
It's just taken so long with it.
I don't understand why they didn't like.
Maybe because he just doesn't. Just like Robin, he doesn't know how people in the 80s will respond to something like this. But maybe Jonathan is that first outlet presented in the show that he can be like, okay, my brother's always been here. He's probably one I should bring up to first. Season 5.
Yeah, I just feel like why wouldn't they have at least done it like in this season?
Maybe
like this episode might not have been the best one to do it just because of everything else going on. Would have gotten overshadowed, but like they did it with Robin. It was like, yeah, I like girls, and that was it. You know
that was
what I
also
mean?
too. I guess that was at the very end of season 3 too.
It was.
They didn't do
wasn't
it.
the very.
Yeah, they didn't do it really well with Robin. I feel like Robin was just like out of nowhere, like whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that. Where this was like you could see it. It was planted. Like, evidence of it was planted better in the show.
Yeah.
But,
I just don't know why they didn't bring it up. But the scene was cool.
It was really
between
sweet.
him and Jonathan.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember his name. Who plays Will? Whatever. The guy that plays
Noah
Will.
Shape.
Snap Shape. Whatever.
Noah Shape.
He does this thing where like he's about to cry and like it like chokes me up when he's like.
He holds it.
I'm like, oh my god, stop, please! Like not in a bad way, but just like, please don't do it. I can't handle this right now.
Yeah, he's good at it.
Too much crying this episode.
A lot of
in
crying.
a good way.
Kids
but,
are good in this show.
Yeah, great actors and actresses.
And Jonathan, sweet brother.
Yeah,
one great redeeming thing.
Good brother moments.
The one redeeming thing about him.
I can't stand him, but he does have good big brother moments.
He does.
Yeah.
I don't really enjoy him in really any other.
I can't stand him in any other capacity except for being Will's big brother.
He really hasn't had them though since like season 1. So.
And I haven't really enjoyed him since season 1 when he was able
Being
to be a big
picked
brother.
on?
Yeah, when he was able to be a big brother to Will in like flashback material.
And he was like the underdog.
Yeah.
So
he was the underdog, you know.
And a stalker.
Creepy.
I'm a creepy weirdo.
Taking pictures. Dude.
So weird.
Fucking weird.
Oh, man.
Everyone's going to help down in downtown Hawkins.
Everyone's at the high school or whatever.
We have, you know,
Mordor.
Robin, Mordor.
Oh my god.
God, it's like the gates of hell in old Hawkins.
Like
It
no one's
sucks.
talking about the tentacles coming up and the giant gape, like how deep that goes. Looked pretty freaking deep.
It was a 7.8 earthquake.
Isn't
What
that
do you
like the
mean? There's
highest it
tentacles.
And that's pretty fucking high.
I
It
thought
goes-
5. I don't know my.
Is
That's
that go to like
hurricanes.
is 10 the
Hurricanes.
worst or is it?
I think it's
Hurricanes
10.
are 5 the worst.
Yeah, and then earthquakes. I think,
Earthquakes
go to-
might go to 10.
I
think.
I think
it's possible for them to go to 10. I don't think.
And I think 10 is like
The
earth
word.
shattering.
10 is like
Earth-shattering,
10 is
everyone will
Yellowstone
die.
Park. 2012.
Knock on fucking wood, dude. I mean, like
The magna giant volcano.
Yeah.
And what's his name? Woody Harrelson and his Twinkies. Go watch 2012 to
Yeah.
understand that. But
I thought that. What?
2012 movie.
What about the Twinkies? I thought that was Zombieland. See,
Oh shit, that's also Woody Harrelson.
and Twinkies.
Yeah,
Zombieland is
that's
all
the
Twinkies.
Twinkies from
His
that.
whole bit is I'm just looking for Twinkies because I'm bored.
Woody Harrelson should be in this show. I can see that. He would be very suiting to be in this
He
show.
could play the buyer's dad.
Buyer's dad. Which one's the Buyers?
Joyce.
Byers,
Well.
Joyce.
Have you seen-
They already
have you
have
seen
a
their
dad.
dad?
They already have a dad for him. Yeah.
But they could just recast. Stepdad?
I don't like that, but yeah, uncle,
Oh,
distant
right.
uncle. Regardless, town's in shit.
The town is gone.
And I like the scene where 11 shows back up, and all the kids were like, "Yeah, she survived, but they say it was a miracle." And then they all just look at 11.
She is the miracle.
Yeah.
Miracle worker.
Yeah, that was sad walking in the hospital. Robin had her awkward moment with her crush.
Yep.
Dustin had a really sweet moment with Eddie's uncle, trying to let him know that Eddie was a hero and that he's not around anymore, so Mr. Munson doesn't waste his time looking around.
Yeah.
Steve is proud mother hen still to this frickin' day.
So happy. Such a happy lad.
Yeah, so that was shocking, because the one thing I mentioned to these guys before coming here was that I saw a TikTok of people talking about spin-offs for the show, but they were saying there was a chance that Eddie would play a bigger role in season 5, and I was like, okay, well, he's dead. Seeing this today, I was like, well, he's dead. How's that a thing?
Maybe that was prior to volume 1, 2
Or
being
volume
released.
2. Okay. Or maybe they'll do a flashback material, because maybe the father will play a bigger role. I don't know,
yeah, I just don't
go search for the. Fuck, he's dead.
And just what's the point? What would I can't imagine they would do anything else with Eddie. There's nothing to do.
There's
He's dead.
nothing. That's why
he
I
was
was
involved in
I
the
don't
story.
really understand that.
Yeah. Then Jonathan, they all go to Hopper's old place to make a hideout for Elle.
Yeah.
Jonathan and Nancy have this weird interaction where they're kind of trying to figure out whether they're a couple or not. Nancy's not being fully honest with him. Jonathan's not being super honest with Nancy about school.
That's what I like to see. Dishonesty.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to fall apart in the next 2 months once they go to college, because he's not going to go with her, and she's going to be like, well, in reality, I kind of broke up with you 2 months ago, so mentally.
Jeez, dude. Yeah.
And we had the Hopper reunion.
Yeah, that was cute.
That was very sweet. Happy to see that him and Elle together.
You're not fat.
You're not fat.
Your hair. Your
hair's bitchin', bro.
I copied you.
Yeah.
I copied your haircut, didn't I?
Joyce came back from her conference.
Yeah.
And
was
then
successful.
Mike and Will. The wizard is having sensations.
Yeah, he's sensing that he still can feel Vecna's presence, so they know he's alive. And then Will senses Vecna moving. They run to the hillside, and they see that Hawkins is slowly being turned into the Upside Down. And the red cloud of Vecna is literally out there.
It's so much worse than I thought it was.
It's fucked, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked like the end of the world was nigh.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. There's no hiding this. The government has to get involved, and they can't, fight against Elle. Which I'm how big is this show gonna, are we gonna have, the president and the head of, and a general, being Elle, Miss 11, what can we do?
Yeah.
Miss Hopper.
It's what do you do? The show has always been so, isolated and, so focused on, not small scale, but, small folk. The people hidden away, in a random town in Indiana. When does the movie take place in Indiana?
They've also had easy, outs. You know what I mean? Oh, this was a murder. This was a
mall
disaster.
fire.
A mall fire. You know what I mean? It had cover-ups. You can't cover this up anymore. I mean, the earthquake thing, yeah, sure, why not? That counts. But, once the creatures start crawling out in an army of primordial beings crawl from the cracks.
Goo monsters. Start eating people.
You can't hide that anymore.
Yeah, I don't know.
Where the fuck is Antov?
Antov?
Russian.
Which one? Oh, Jaqen?
Jaqen Hagar.
Dude, I don't know. He's
probably
living with his kid now.
He probably went home to his family.
He's going to be wanted by the Russian government.
It doesn't
He was
matter.
able to convince Yuri, and maybe they went and picked up Mikhail, and they ran.
They did bring up
Katinka.
come to live to Indiana.
He did. They did mention that. They said, "I could see you in Indiana."
That'd be hype if they pulled up next season. They just live.
He gets to
in
live
a
the
cabin.
life that what's his name doesn't get to live. The Slurpee guy
Alexi.
got shot by a T-1000.
Don't do
Rest in
Alexi like
peace.
that, bro.
It wasn't my fault. It was the Terminator's fault.
I saw you do it, man.
I didn't do it.
The
And that's season 4. Basically, I think that's it.
best season.
Best
Easily.
season.
Best episode, too.
Best episode.
Not even an argument.
Best season.
It's also frustrating because, like we were saying, comparison-wise, like, season 1's so different than this season.
Oh, for sure, dude.
So, season 1's still... Damn, like, it's not... It's hard, because I love season 1. It has a special place in my heart, but, like, just... Execution-wise, this was such a great season.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, there's just... This season was just done so well. There's, like... I only have, like, very tiny critiques, and it's really just, like, Nevada storyline. Like,
Yeah.
either just cut it out or make it very... Like, cut it out altogether or, like, make it very quick. Like, I think the thing... I think the thing that was probably frustrating the most with this season is that I like that the episodes were long and that there was a lot to it, but I was like, do they really all need to be that long? Like,
No.
I don't really know if they did. Even this episode, there was a lot of like moments where it's just like we're walking slow and we're using scenery and we're playing. Like, I like their use of the music in the show, but sometimes I'm like, okay, they just do it to like add time, like, which in a normal situation where it's like. You're like, oh shit, like, it's a 60-minute episode, and we've only written 35 minutes of plot. We gotta add some walking sequences, you know what I mean? Like, I get that, but, like, when it's like, alright, we're already pushing, like, 2 hours and 20 minutes, do we really need all of that? Or when it's, like, an hour and 50, like some of the other episodes, or hour 40, or hour and 20, it's like, some of the stuff could have been cut out. So, granted, this episode felt, like, just right, like perfect, even though it was the longest one.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have a problem with this one, but like some of the other episodes, like looking back on them, like we could have cut a lot of this stuff out.
Yeah. Like, this is the one season that I'm like, I don't want to rewatch it, but I would definitely go to my highlighted moments and rewatch them.
Yeah.
Like, I would not watch this season as a whole because it's so damn long, and I don't really want to see...
It's like a week of your life.
Yeah, like, I would say my biggest criticism, because I only have little in this season as a whole, is the pacing, like you. A lot of slow pacing. Once again, I think I brought up last time, like, I don't know writing-wise how I would do it different, because it's such a complex season. So I'm trying to figure out, like, what I would slim down, but maybe, like, condense conversational pieces for... Because there's so many characters all going through different arcs that maybe I'll just condense it and kind of jam-pack them in some earlier episodes before the finale where a lot of the action took place. It's also sucky, too, because, like, I don't want to rule out Mike's story as much as he frustrates me the past 2 seasons, because he's, like, one of the main story plots for the earlier show.
Yeah.
So I don't want to remove him completely, but also, like, maybe do something more with the character. I don't know. I don't want to kick out Argyle either, but, like, the whole Susie plot, like, all that side shit, was just like, okay.
Yeah, it was just, like, too much.
Dude, we got so many things happening. Also, the Russia plot taking forever to get to the Gulag fight.
Yeah.
I don't know, it was a bit slow for me, too. But paid off in the end. Like, that's the thing. There was so many good payoffs in this season that I'm trying to not let the little things destroy it for me, but...
Yeah.
Do you have any criticisms before favorite things?
I like this season the most out of all of them because I can't remember season 1, barely remember season 2, and I hated season 3. So this one's my favorite by default, unless I rewatch them. My little sister loves the show, so maybe I'll catch a few old episodes when she watches it again.
Yeah,
because she watches it like religiously.
Yeah,
but I really like how everyone was written this season. Except for sometimes Robin, I feel like they took away a lot from her character. Even though I hated season 3, they took a lot from her character and just made her like...
She was like one of the redeemable moments. And like I felt like in season 3, Steve and that crew in season 3
that
to
was
me
like
was the most redeemable thing. Like,
yeah,
I enjoyed it the most.
That was like one of the only parts I enjoyed was as ridiculous as it was. Like a bunch of kids breaking into a Russian military base under a mall
in the U.S.
In the U.S. Like, it's ridiculous in itself, and that's like the point. But how ridiculous like these idiots are sneaking around a bunch of professional soldiers. I was like, it would break my immersion if I cared that much, but I didn't. So I was like, this is a really fun time, and it's like the only enjoyable part of that season for me.
Yeah.
That's another one of the big, like, not flush, like, obvious flaws in the show, but it's like kind of the things that you have to let the guard down for because the show began so serious.
Yeah.
And then over the time, I feel like it became so campy or like so grander than life that like you would get to the Russian plot and you have like a really creepy scene with Hopper being tormented or tortured with like this gas mask, and then Joyce and Murray making jokes with Yuri and talking about peanut butter and
so silly.
Like it's so over the top and goofy and ha 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 ha. Oh,
I'm having
funny.
so much fun. Hopper
So-
getting his knees smashed in with a
It'd be
hammer.
so like against each other and like what you're seeing. So I think that's one of the jarring things in the show. But
I think they meld that pretty well.
I think there's moments where it works really well.
I like stuff that's like kind of dark comedy where it's like something awful is happening and then a joke comes in or like a transition happens that like feels super off and it's like, oh, that was awesome.
Yeah. It's just one of those things that gradually, it's a lot like Evil Dead in that nature.
Yeah,
where,
that's why I like Evil Dead so much.
Where season 1 is extremely serious. There's a child gone missing and a child who just escaped something, and all the tone is dark, and there's little comedy brought up occasionally through the kids to like make it a light season. But then over time, bigger than life, more like a blockbuster movie you go to see in the 80s or something.
Yeah.
And then you're getting freaking Hopper in Russia with the sword against the Demigorgon and force-powered duel-offs and
sword fight.
The show was already like wild in the beginning, and it's just got progressed. Like now, it's gonna be like a. It's always funny to see like shows like this where it's almost like it's like big plot but like small scale, and then like as the show progresses, it's just the nature of it is that it just has to get bigger. So now it's like world-ending apocalypse, mass devil, primordial beings,
Small town
war
America.
in America.
Small town America.
I love the music plays such a big role in like saving the day all the time, whether it's the Vecna music or Never Ending Story to like break the code or whatever it was with Susie.
It was to get her to join in so she could like.
So she could give them Planck's constant, which was like the code for a door.
Yeah.
And a bunch of grown people don't know what it is. I don't know what it is either. I'm not smart.
I don't know what it is.
Nerds.
Favorite characters?
Top 3 favorite characters this season.
Mr. Hopper. I really like Dustin this season. He's always fun, and I really liked Yuri. I really enjoyed Yuri. He was he was so off-putting. It was great. I'll put him like 3B. 3A is like Steve.
Why don't you make him an honorable mention?
No, he's 3B. He gets to be right under Harrington.
3B, not Argyle 2.0. S3B.
Okay, he's number 1S.
S tier.
S rank.
S rank. Like, dude, I don't know if I can like give you the spot because I gotta meet Terry up at Taco Bell in like 10 minutes.
Chaz at Taco Bell.
Chaz at Taco Bell.
I think for me, it's. I'm not gonna give a specific order because I don't know. Max, Vecna,
damn dude,
and Eddie.
Okay.
I think everybody. It's hard because there's like a lot of really good characters. Now knowing that Vecna is the big bad, if you will, he is the Thanos, the Palpatine of this universe. Like. Like he had a great story, and like the mystery of who he was like really cool to unravel. Especially like when it was eventually like him that dropped the ball. Like I had when they revealed like, yo, I'm the little I'm Henry. I was like, oh, okay. Like when they did the first reveal, like, oh, one is Vecna. That was crazy. Had no idea that it was gonna be that he was Henry back then. Like that was crazy. Yeah. Max just had like really powerful moments and like. I mean, just like that, between episode 4 and that last moment with her, like that just killed it overall. And then Eddie was like, I feel like every season they do add a really good new character, and
they kill him.
I feel like I can't remember, like, of course, in season 1, they were all new characters, so you couldn't really do that.
Yeah.
But 2 had Bob. Bob was, like, a solid, good character.
I love Bob.
3 had a bunch. I mean, or 2 had Bob and Murray, right? Murray was in 2.
Yeah.
And Murray is amazing. I fucking love him. And then 3 had Robin, Alexei, you know. Like, those were really good. And then this season, you had, like, Jack and Hagar, and Eddie, you had Vecna. I mean, because now he's like really a character in this show. So there's a lot to pick from. They all did really well.
Yeah, like I feel like there's just shit. Whatever. I'm gonna do Vecna too. No particular order. I like Vecna a lot. I like when we get a villain for the story, and I like when he's a compelling villain.
Yeah.
And like I said, I like his warped sense of reality, and it's extremely contrasting to our characters, so I think it's fun to have a battle of strength, supernatural, and ideology, so I think that makes it a fun spin. I'm gonna say 11. I think this was a fun 11 season. Sometimes I'm not overly enjoyed. I feel like 11 was strongest in season 1 as well. And I feel like other characters came and took the spotlight in 2 and 3, even though she was still not bad in those. But I liked returning to her roots and resolving all of that.
Yeah, that was really good too.
And how it worked with Henry too, as like her contrasting counterpart. Even though her story was kind of removed a lot of the season with just her own personal journey. Really coming into the woman role of her, like really becoming a powerful figurehead. Also, I like how she's now like just an icon in cinema.
Yeah.
Like so that's cool. I like seeing the progression of that character that we all got to grow up with in 2016 at this point, and see how that comes to be.
Yeah, seeing her from like she wasn't actually a toddler, but like basically a toddler
sized, yeah.
to like now she's like a young teenager
Heroine.
growing into a
Yeah.
a awesome warrior, hero, fighter, superhero.
And she's just a lot of fun. I mean, it's hard because all the kids are so damn good at the roles. Like I want to give to Lucas too, but
Yeah, Lucas
also
is good.
like it's really
That's why
really
top
so
3
hard.
is so hard.
So
Yeah. Like for me, it's like between, if you're gonna do honorable mentions, it's between a Max and a Lucas throw. I feel like both of them
Yeah.
evoked a lot from me,
Yeah.
feelings wise. Like I've watched the Max scene running away way too many times already, just since the shows like we got to that point. And then Lucas, even though he was annoying in the first half of this, just for progression of his character, I like the arc that he took. I'm not going to give him the honorable mention. I'm going to give it to Steve because I like that Steve's finally coming back as a character. Yeah. I really did. Like, even though I think Robin got done dirty this season, I think Steve got done dirty last season. I feel like they made him really dopey to me, like far more dopier than I would have liked him to be. So I like that he felt more matured. Like, I feel like this season felt more cohesive with how he was in season 1 and 2. And
Yeah.
like season 3, like I was fine with how they treated him in season 3, but the whole Chips Ahoy and like him just being like this whole bit about he can't win a fight, he's such a loser, no one talks to him, he's declined by everybody.
I feel like 3 was just a bit overall. Like it just seemed every character between Hopper and Joyce and their weird relationship thing going on, between Elle.
They became caricatures a lot in season 3.
Yeah, like
felt a
it
little
was like
disconnected.
Weird teen love from adults, weird teen love from the main characters, weird Steve-ness. Like it just all was odd.
It like amplified everything. I think that was the intention. Like they did say that season 3 was going to be their big like 80s blockbuster feel to like overexpand it. I just felt like it was a tiny bit disconnected from how they behaved a little bit before.
It felt like they were trying to make like a Disney Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Like, with the way
sure,
like how
dude.
quirky it all is. It's like
one-liner.
So I'm giving it to
joke,
Steve
joke.
because I feel like he's matured and gotten back and gotten some more resolve from where he was in earlier seasons.
Yeah.
So favorite episode. Let's do favorite. Okay. I think across the board, objectively, the finale is the best one, if I had to say. But if we had to not choose that one, what's your like favorite episode? And then we could do favorite moment.
Okay, all right, fine. Because I know my moment is going to be different. It's not going to be from my favorite episode. I'll say the finale of Volume 1. The Vecna reveal, all that stuff. Yeah. Like, I'll give that as like my favorite.
I second that. Yeah.
I like the first episode because of how it sets up like everything. It sets the tone.
Yeah.
You get Chrissy, like the first signs of Vecna. You get Chrissy in the bathroom, like, "Mom,
Chrissy, wake up."
That too. I love that. I love that song
Chrissy,
so much.
wake up.
We have Chrissy in the bathroom at school. And, "Mom, get out of the bed!" Like all that. It's like, oh, so this is horror. We're watching a horror show.
Yeah.
We're not just watching like, oh, that's like big spook, like big monster. Not that scary, silly time. No, this is fucking scary, dude.
Yeah.
This
It really-
shit's bad.
That was a great premiere.
Yeah, it was so awesome, dude.
It completely changed how bummed or low I was with the show for the past 3 years in waiting for the new season.
Yeah.
So I agree with you on that. Favorite moment?
Running up that hill. That's
Episode 4.
It's that moment is like, I feel like that is like, honestly too, outside of everything from the show, like that is like the iconic moment for the show for me.
Literally,
that
like
too.
made when I watched it made like tears like flush out of my. I was like, oh my god, fucking why? And he wasn't even like I really liked his character. He wasn't like top 3, he's probably top 5, but that scene really like hit me square in the chest, dude. It hurts so bad to watch.
Yeah.
They've done a good job, I would say, in the show of like making characters, even like the intention of making him like a 1-season character and like making him good. Because I feel like sometimes we get like in other shows we get like quick characters and it's kind of like they died, whatever, like doesn't even matter. Like I'm never gonna think
What
about
was his
this
name
person.
again? Who cares? Whatever.
Like, I know it's a little absurd that we keep going back to Bob dying. I mean, we've done it like 50 times over 2 seasons.
Oh god, I,
But,
can't,
like-
I hate watching that scene because it's sad, and also I've seen it so many times.
Yeah, but he's also like he was a great character in that
Yeah.
moment, and he's lived on. Like, you don't need to do that. Whereas, like, I know the show just came out, but like Barbara, no one thinks about Barb at this point. Who like when
She
when
died
they,
in the second episode.
when they
or
did
something.
that with
Or, like,
Nancy.
third episode.
I was like, whoa! I forgot this happened. You know, like
She does have regret. Oh no.
yeah.
Dude. It's a toss-up, really, for, like, 5 moments in the finale, but if I didn't do the finale, I really did like the Vecna reveal. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say, like, I agree with you, like, there was parts of it that were obvious, but I think how they did it made it fun. Like, I did not expect it to be Henry at all.
Yeah.
I think that was a great diversion with making it seem like the kid died or whatever, and they didn't really show shots of the kid's POV when the mom got thrown up in the sky, so when, it's red, the battery's almost done, but sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, the Vecna reveal is great. I liked how they did it. I really liked how they incorporated it, and I liked his little match off with Elle before we got into the deep lore of what happened with him in that world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, edit the camera. We're going to throw into the upside down. Oh no. You guys have any more final things before we see you guys in season 5?
No.
I like the show more now than I ever have.
Yeah,
That's my
agreed.
final thought. Goodbye.
Well,
Working titlers. I'm really scared. It's really dark in here.
Guys, if you like this video, make sure to leave a like on it. Subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so. We appreciate your support. Make sure you check out some of our other shows we got going on. And make sure you stay here for when we do return to Season 5, whenever the hell that comes out. Punch it!
Ah! It's so dark and cold.
Oh, I can't see